grabbed a couple minutes to talk to you guys. Since I've got this car, I've been feeling like I've entered in a relationship that I have to get to know every little part of it, just so I know what every creak and sound is, so I can fix it. Part of that is getting to know the backgrounds. And so when I bought this car over the summer, I drove out to Lodi, which is about 80 or 90 miles from here. I got a buddy to go out with me, and that's a story for another day. But the guy proceeded to tell me this whole story of the background of the car as he knew it. And so what he knew was that the first owner was probably, they think, a traveling salesman who lived up in the North Bay above San Francisco, north of San Francisco. He put about 110,000 miles on it in 2 or 3 years. And then he sold it to a woman, a young woman, I think just out of college or something like that. Took it to a mechanic in Capitola, Santa Cruz, so an hour and a half drive south. The main Volvo mechanic in the area, I suppose, at that time. So this is back in the 60s. Who rebuilt the engine and then turned it back over to her, and she lived in the North Bay as well. And the story goes that she drove this car to the hospital to give birth to both of her daughters, drove it as her daily driver for the next 20-30 years, and then drove both of her daughters off to college in the same car. And then she finally retired the car by selling it back to the mechanic in Santa Cruz that had originally rebuilt the engine. And there it sat for who knows how long. In the service records, there's actually in here somewhere warranty book. It has service 1968, so all the original kind of stuff. So 1970, new change air cleaner, has new adjusted the clutch. 1970. So for the first 3 years, this was really well taken care of and all this kind of stuff. So under this woman, she took this guy in Santa Cruz, who I've been finding out kind of just wanted to keep it running. But anyway, so he ended up with it and parked it by the docks at Santa Cruz Harbor, and he lived on a boat. And so the guy in Lodi was a surfer, would drive from Lodi to Santa Cruz, which is about a 2.5 hour drive, saw it sitting on the docks, bought it from the guy and brought it back to Lodi. And he had it for a couple years, only put like about 4,000 miles on it. He said he drove it back and forth to Santa Cruz a few times. He had a daily driver when his main car broke down. But he put in about a couple $1,000s worth of work. Then his wife said, enough of this project, it's not going anywhere. So they put it up for sale, and that's how I came to have it.